This is Aisha and welcome to our 39th Kotlin tutorial, and in this tutorial I'll be talking about the continue statement in Kotlin programming language. In the last tutorial we discussed the break statement which breaks through the loop, but the continue statement doesn't break through the loop but it skips the current iteration. For example, here you can see that when in the for loop we have an if condition. When this condition becomes true, we are in the body of the if condition, so this continue is executed, and when this continue is executed the current iteration is skipped, and then we are back to the starting of the loop. Similarly, when we are using this continue statement with while, the current iteration is skipped and we are again to the starting of the loop, and the again condition is checked. Similarly, with do while, we move to the condition of the loop and not outside the body of the loop. Now let's create a simple example using this continue statement. So here I'm going to use the for loop I in a range from 1 to 5, and then the body of the for loop. Inside the body of the for loop I'm going to write if I becomes equal to 3, then you have to continue. It means that you have to skip the current iteration in which I equals 3, and after this print line the values of I. So I equals dollar and then I. So now we have a range starting from 1 and ending at 5. 1 to 5, it means at first iteration I equals 1, at second iteration I equals 2, and at the third iteration I equals 2. So this satisfies this condition. So this continue statement is executed, and when this continue statement is executed, the control is transferred back to the starting of the loop and this statement is not printed. Now let's run this program and you will see. Now here we have I equals 1, we have I equals 2, and when I equals 3 this iteration is skipped, so this print line is skipped and the control is transferred to the starting of the loop, and we have 4 and then 5. So this is how you can use the continue statement. Let's create another example in which I'm going to ask the user to enter 5 numbers, and if the user enters minus numbers that are below 0 or that are negative numbers, then the current iteration will be skipped. So for example, num integer type and then another variable sum, in which I will be storing the sum of the variables and sum of the integers entered by the user. I'm going to use the for loop I in a range 1 to 5, so the user will be asked to enter number 5 times, and then inside the body of the for loop I will write print enter a number and then num equals read line and exclamation mark. Then we will have dot and then input, the string input will be converted into int. And now if this number is smaller than 0, it means that if this number entered by the user is a negative number, then you have to skip this iteration. So I will use continue to skip the current iteration. Then I will calculate the sum of the numbers entered by the user, and sum equals dollar symbol and then sum. So now let's run this program. And it is saying sum must be initialized. So here you have to initialize your sum, which I forgot to do. So now the initial value of sum equals 0. Now let's run this program. And it says enter a number, so it will ask the user 5 times because the range is from 1 to 5. So I'm going to enter 3, then I'm going to enter 5, then I'm going to enter minus 56, and then again 2, and again a negative number 43. So now the sum, you can see 5 plus 3 is 8, plus 2 is 10. So this 10 is printed. When you have entered the negative number, so negative number is smaller than 0, we have skipped the iteration by using this continue expression. Again, when you have entered minus 43, this iteration is skipped because minus 43 is smaller than equals to 0, and then continue statement is executed. The control is transferred back to the starting of the loop. So this is how you can use this continue statement to skip the iteration. So thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.